never used to think twice about walking home at night. Same streets, same sidewalks, same flickering corner lights. I thought I knew every shadow on that route. I didn't know that one of those shadows was watching me. It was a Tuesday, late October. The air had that sharp, cold bite to it, the kind that reminds you winter's coming whether you like it or not. I'd just clocked out of my job at an accounting firm in downtown Chicago. Nothing glamorous, just spreadsheets, bad coffee, and fluorescent lights that buzzed loud enough to give you a headache by 5. My car had been in the shop for 3 days, so I was walking, 1.5 miles through the edge of the business district, past a few blocks of mixed streets and into my neighborhood, a route I knew well, safe enough, I thought. But at 8:30 p.m. on a Tuesday in late October, those streets were almost completely empty, and I didn't fully register that until it was already a problem. I had my earbuds in, podcast going. I was maybe 10 minutes into the walk when something felt off. I don't know how else to describe it. It wasn't anything I could see or name, just that low-level hum of wrongness, like when something wakes you out of a deep sleep and you don't know what. I pulled one earbud out, kept walking, and that's when I heard it. Footsteps, behind me, steady, perfectly matching my pace. I didn't look back right away. You know how it is. You don't want to seem paranoid. You tell yourself it's just another person walking home. Chicago's a big city. People walk at night. That's normal, that's fine. So I kept moving, but I slowed down, just slightly, and the footsteps slowed down too. Exact same degree, exact same timing, like an echo that had its own intentions. I turned around, casual as I could manage, like I was just checking my phone. And that's when I saw him for the first time. A man, maybe 30 feet back, black hoodie, hood pulled all the way up, dark pants, dark shoes. His face was completely swallowed by shadow, just a blank, dark space where his features should have been. He wasn't looking at me, or at least it didn't seem like he was, but he was there, on the same sidewalk, keeping the same distance, moving at the same speed. I told myself I was being ridiculous, turned back around, picked up my pace, and so did he. Not dramatically, not obviously, just enough, just keeping up. Like he had a metronome inside him calibrated exactly to me. I made a decision. At the next block, I turned left. It wasn't my route. It took me out of my way. But I needed to know. I turned, counted to 3, and listened. His footsteps turned left, too. That's when my stomach dropped in a way I wasn't ready for. That cold, heavy feeling that starts in your gut and spreads into your chest and doesn't go away. I had my phone out. I called my friend Marcus. 4 rings, voicemail, called again. Same thing. I texted him, "Call me right now, something's wrong." The street I'd turned onto was worse than I expected. Less foot traffic, just the backs of commercial buildings, a loading dock, a parking structure. The lighting was sparse, and ahead of me there was a stretch of half a block where 2 streetlights were completely dead, just thick, choking dark between me and the next working light. I didn't want to go into that dark, not with him behind me, but I didn't want to stop either. Stopping felt like giving him permission to close the gap. So I kept walking, fast now, not pretending otherwise. My whole body was electric, every sense sharpened to a point. I could hear his footsteps without even trying. They were the only sound in the world. Then he spoke. Hey, stop a second." Low voice, calm, almost polite. And that almost politeness, that forced, practiced calm, made it so much worse than if he'd screamed. I did not stop. I walked faster. And he said it again, louder this time. And there was something underneath the words now, something pressurized, like a lid rattling on a pot that's boiling underneath. I ran, full sprint, And I heard him do the same, his footsteps coming fast and heavy and completely deliberate, no longer bothering with the performance of coincidence. This was it. This was exactly what it was. I ran half a block before I saw it. A CVS, one of those 24-hour ones. Bright white fluorescent lights spilling out onto the sidewalk like a lighthouse in the middle of a storm. I hit that door so hard, I nearly took the frame with me. A teenager behind the register looked up in total shock. I was panting, I was wild-eyed. I'm sure I looked completely insane. "Call 911, I said. "Right now, there's a man. He was chasing me." The kid picked up the phone without a single argument. I moved to the back of the store, away from the windows, heart slamming, watching that glass door for a black hoodie that never appeared. He was gone, just like that. Dissolved back into the city the way people like that always seem to. The police came in under 5 minutes. They walked the blocks, took a report, no sign of him. But one of the officers said something that has never left me. She said, "You did exactly the right thing. A lot of people second-guess themselves and keep walking. You trusted your gut and got somewhere safe. That's what made the difference. That's what made the difference. Because I almost didn't. I almost talked myself out of it 3 or 4 separate times on that walk. You're being paranoid. Stop being dramatic. It's just some guy going the same direction." That voice, that calm, reasonable voice that sounds so rational and talks you directly into ignoring the signals your body is screaming at you. About 2 weeks later, I was watching the local news. A man had been arrested in my neighborhood, charged with the kidnapping and assault of 2 people. Black hoodie, medium build, approached his victims at night on low-traffic streets, dragged one of them into a vehicle. I read the article 3 times. Then I closed my laptop and sat very quietly for a long time. I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this because I almost made every wrong decision that night. And the only reason I'm here right now is because something in me, some buried animal part, finally overrode the politeness and the self-doubt and the don't be dramatic and just acted. Your instincts exist for a reason. When something feels wrong, it's usually because something is wrong. Trust that feeling. Get somewhere safe. Don't worry about looking paranoid. Don't worry about being rude. Don't worry about any of that. Because the alternative is not something I like to think about for very long. Stay safe out there.